Trump has left the building.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
Breaking news out of Palm Beach,
The FBI
Florida.
has executed an unprecedented search warrant at President Donald Trump's
Against
Mar-a-Lago
a former
estate.
president has both sides of the political aisle up
is
in
a
arms.
dangerous and unstable moment in American history.
The Justice Department has just indicted former President Donald Trump.
For 7 years, they hated him, they targeted him, they hunted him.
This is the epitome of the abuse of the prosecutorial power to preempt political decisions.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country, and we will make America great again. America will always rise to every challenge and overcome every danger.
Donald Trump seems to always get stronger when challenged. These types of things, I think, give him strength.
When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state.
As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail.
That's right. Breaking news. Donald Trump is suing the DOJ for 100 M's. Yeah, he said he gonna get a couple of them M's back that Letitia James and everybody been trying to take from him over the Mar-a-Lago raid. Alleging political persecution. I'm sorry. But is it really alleged? I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes. I don't know about you. This is from Terrence K. Williams. He said, I think he should sue Letitia James, Fannie Willis, and Alvin Bragg next. Do you agree? It says Trump attorney says unconstitutional raid should never have been approved by Garland Ray. So yeah, seeing these comments right here, no tax on tips. Obviously you see this picture of Kamala Harris, or Chameleon is what Chameleon is what the new coined name is, because she's now adopting Trump's philosophy. She's stealing or plagiarizing, there we go, plagiarizing his tactics, or I mean his policies, I guess, with the tax on no tax on tips. Yeah, everyone knows the raid on Mar-a-Lago was a political persecution of Trump by the deep state. About time we seeing here, he should sue them all. In the meantime, the rest of us have to make a living. I agree, he should sue them all. Heck yes. So yeah, we seeing everybody's in agreement with this. I Am Meme, who posted, Trump is set to sue the Justice Department for 100 M's in damages over the government's unprecedented 2022 raid on his Mar-a-Lago property. His lawyers are arguing it was done with a, quote, clear intent to engage in political persecution, end quote. What President Trump is doing here is not just standing up for himself. He's standing up for all of Americans who believe in the rule of law and believe that you should hold the government accountable when it wrongs you, end quote. Trump attorney Daniel Epstein said. Let's check this clip out.
There are, however, certain points I want you to know. First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
People familiar with the matter have said the search was part of an investigation into Trump's handling of classified information. We don't know precisely what federal agents seized from his residence, but in order to execute the search, the agents would have needed a search warrant, which requires approval from a judge. The agents would have needed to show probable cause that a crime was committed and there was reason to believe evidence was still at the residence.
Now, if you ask me, I'm over here like, finally some action is being taken to hold these people accountable for their heinous crimes. Seriously, I'm looking again with my glasses on, so we got 4 eyes in this situation. I'm looking with my 4 eyes and I see this clear as day, man. Good for him. They always tell us to stand up to the bullies. It's time to do just that. 100 M's though, I think that's pretty generous. He should have went for a bill. Should have went for a billion. Somebody said, unfortunately, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Similarly, Trump versus Kamala is kosher clown versus kosher clown. No rational person can vote for either, somebody says. And you idiots will be footing the bill for the legal fees after he loses this one too. And obviously people are pointing out the last name of his attorney. Anyhow, moving on. JD's the VP choice for Donald Trump, JD Vance. His military awards and restored were removed from Wikipedia. I'm sorry. It said it got restored after the backlash, but they said from Wall Street Apes, this isn't new. Julian exposed the people who control the internet activities have been deleting and changing information, including our history. The information is only in one place and the wrong people are in charge of it. Check it out.
Archives of information have been centralized on computers. The Guardian's archives are only in one place. They're not in libraries all across the nation that people look for. They're only looked for on the internet. And because of copyright legislation, they're not copied elsewhere to other places on the internet. So when something disappears from the archives, the electronic archives of the West, to which all information is moving into, it is gone forever. It has not only ceased to have existed, it has ceased to have ever have existed. And when you go to those web pages that have been removed from Western papers, you won't see the tail lines. You will just see page not found. You won't see anything in the index at all. We are now approaching the state of Orwell's dictum, perfect dictum, that he who controls the present controls the past. He who controls internet servers controls the intellectual record of mankind, and by controlling that, controls our perceptions of who we are, and by controlling that, controls what laws and regulations we make in society.
So we see they are rewriting history, or attempting to try to rewrite history. Somebody said Wikipedia is leftist trash under here. Only a fool would think that Wikipedia is actually factual. Because, man, when Kamala Harris started to begin her campaign or announced that she was going to be running against Donald Trump, all of a sudden, when you start searching Donald Trump, you see nothing but Kamala Harris. And in addition to that, when you try to dig up anything negative or factual, shall I say, about Kamala Harris's past, it was never there. You couldn't find it. It's almost like the internet was like, hey, it never existed, but we're not silly. Luckily we are in a time and era where things can be, dug up and archives can be reversed in some instances. But I mean, I'm not at all surprised by this. They're trying to obviously change the narrative. They're obviously trying to convince us that what we're seeing and what we know to be true isn't true. But that's not going to happen when you have people outside of independent. I mean, you have independent media outside of legacy media and mainstream media. But yeah, I think Wikipedia has definitely ran out of credibility when this type of stuff is honest. This world is going mad, y'all.
I respect the American people enough to sit down for an interview.
I appreciate that.
Kamala Harris has been the nominee for 3 weeks. She hasn't sat down for a real interview.
Believe me, we are asking.
She doesn't really talk to the media like at all. She hasn't answered, I think, a single tough question. Should she sit down and answer tough questions questions with you.
Yes,
I think she should.
Absolutely.
Where is she?
Well,
but we respect the American people enough.
We hope she'll be on the show soon.
They should clarify it, maybe in an interview with you, but of course Kamala Harris refuses to do interviews with anybody.
Well, we hope to have her on and ask her about that.
The person who wants to be our president ought to sit down for some tough interviews. It goes to a very fundamental difference between the Trump-Vance ticket and our opposition. We believe in talking to the media. We believe in answering questions. We believe in debating. I think it's really important.
I don't know about y'all, but I know me. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, Trump, do it, dog. You got there, bro. You got my support and going after them and suing them, man. Because somebody needs to hold them accountable. And I mean, who's better to do it than the man who's actually going through it? I believe we can make America great again.